Hello everyone, today we're talking about Guidance from Amouage. I have never smelled this fragrance, and today I'm lucky enough to be able to speak about both Guidance and, the EDP, and Guidance 46. Have I ever told you how much I hate numbers in fragrance? I cannot remember numbers. I don't know where 46 comes from, and to be honest, I don't very much care. But this is how Amouage name their X-rays. This is the X-ray version of Guidance, because I'm very sure that Guidance needed an X-ray. But we all know why these X-ray exists. They exist because Guidance is doing well. These are both Quentin Bisch smells. Fragrances, not Quentin Bisch smells. I don't know how Quentin Bisch smells. Let me see, this smells very familiar. This has the opening of a very floral chypre. Quite nice, but quite powerful. It's burning my nose. Oh no. Should I spray the X-ray yet? I'm afraid. So let's get familiar with Guidance first. Does this smell of lilac? It's got this not necessarily purplish, but I think the color of the bottle is influencing me. This is powdery rosy, but it doesn't smell like a rose. It smells more of, spring blossoms, or, late spring or early summer, because it kind of smells like lilac for just a bit, It's very powdery, I should say. This is why the color of the bottle is very appropriate, I think. It reminds me a bit of just a tad of the other scent they have, which is lilac something. There was Love Tuberose, lilac something, I don't remember. Let's see. Lilac Love? Oh, they're all love. So it's Love Tuberose, Lilac Love, and there was another one. Let's just look on the notes. I want to get into this mystery. This is a beautiful scent. I would like wearing this. I see myself wearing this. So the notes are very not helpful. Pear, hazelnut, olibanum, osmanthus, rose, saffron, jasmine, sambac, sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, ambergris, and labdanum. No, there's something very, very fruity, but it's not pear. There's something berry-like. I think that rose is very jammy and very tart, and gives off this berry-like scent. It's quite interesting. Imagine something very powdery, spring floral-like, quite delicate, with that berry smell, and a woody base. Well, this spells insolence, but it's not. Insolence is much more heavily bodied. It's much sweeter, much jammier, I should say, and much more tonka iris. This isn't that. It feels very fluffy, just very light. Oh yes, I get the olibanum. I get the resins, which are very nice. I could say that Amouage's signature are the resins, or consist of the resins they use in most of their scents. I don't think there is a single Amouage fragrance without at least a resin being used, which is, quite nice. I do love myself resins. Do love myself some resins. But nutty, hazelnut, I don't know. It's definitely something creamy, very delicate, this fragrance. I like it. My cat approves. But I don't know what else to tell you about this fragrance. It's such a mystery to me. I'm almost curious enough to go to the X-ray. It's very familiar, and I don't know what it reminds me of. It's like I've already smelled this before, but it's definitely into that category of Putain de Palace. Not necessarily insolence, but definitely Putain de Palace, because it's got that maybe a bit of a dirty musk, running through it. It's like very highly powdery lilac, bit of rose, some olibanum, you know, some resins. But it's not smoky resins. It's just oily, woody, bit sharp, you know. Just to tell you that it's an Amouage. If you ever smell this, tell me if you know Putain de Palace, tell me if this rings a bell. Now, let's go to the X-ray, you know. Let's see how this smells. I'm almost afraid, because I know this is going to be more powerful, but, you know, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Huh. This smells even more jammy, even more... does have a synthetic feel to it, if I'm being honest. I mean, I do like the original fragrance. I think it's quite, you know, it's quite light. Now this comes across as a punch in the face. I don't think they're very similar, to be honest. I think the florals are taking a very different route in this X-ray. The notes are the same, sort of. They're the same, but I think, no, I think it's, so let me tell you what I feel. It's a lot more pungent. The sandalwood is definitely more sour. The sandalwood is sour here, which is not, you know, not bad. I do love myself some very interesting sour sandalwood. It's definitely more pungent. It's definitely spicier. That berry note is sweeter, spicier, but what I like about this X-ray is that it still is, overall, it's still a fresh floral, so it's not something terribly heavy. I do see myself wearing this as well. However, it does come across as a more synthetic experiment. I don't know why, but it not necessarily in a good way. Oh, and there it is. It's that, let me solve this first. All right. This reminds me of Hermana Mecote. Because of the rose, the olibanum, and that mineral feel. This is definitely a Quentin Bisch, right? You know, Guidance is a Quentin Bisch as well, but you don't necessarily tell that. It smells more of something, you know, it smells more of an Amouage scent. You know, it's got that sweetish olibanum, very delicate, resiny, you know, it's beautiful, it's delicate, it's powdery, it's nice, it's familiar, it's cozy. However, Guidance 46 is an experiment. You know, it's Quentin Bisch. Here I am. Smells of him. Smells exactly like Quentin Bisch's other work. Don't know what else to tell you. It's not a bad scent. I do think Hermana Mecote is a lot better, you know, simply because it's more abstract. Now this comes across as heavier, but they're very similar. With that, the addition of this sour sandalwood. It just, again, not bad. It's a good scent. I don't know how much I would be interested in purchasing this. This I would love to have. And I kind of feel that I already do, in the shape of État libre d'oranges Putain de Palace. I don't know. I'm undecided. But I think they're both good enough scents. However, I feel that this is getting a bit cheesy now. You know, this Guidance 46, the way Quentin Bisch does this type of fragrance, I think it's cheesy for you know, people who have smelled other things from Quentin Bisch. I think it's a bit overdone. Apart from that, you know, solid scents. Would be very curious to see how they turn on the skin. But if I were to tell you my favorite is definitely Guidance, the the original fragrance. I think it's the better candidate. Now, these were my first impressions of Guidance and Guidance 46. If you have any other questions, do let me know in the comments. And until next time, remember, fragrance creates memories, and may yours be happy.